Hi, I'm back. So, I've been thinking about this for over a week now. I've been wanting to talk about radical acceptance. Um, I keep thinking about it, but I wasn't feeling good. I had the sinuses, but I went back to using my neti pot, and it worked perfectly. I've been able to go back to work. Last week also I did took a little vacation to the Adirondacks. It was awesome. Let me tell you, I went hiking. Well, I didn't love hiking so much because let me tell you, those bugs in the Adirondacks are fearless. I have bug spray and they still bother me all the time that I was hiking. But I went kayaking, swimming, running. It was fun. At nighttime, we of course had a fire pit, and the kids roasted marshmallows and made s'mores. It was relaxing too because I had no well, I had supposedly I had internet in the cabin, but it was so slow. It wasn't working properly, so I wasn't getting any messages, and barely any time I had internet. So it was nice to disconnect and to be with nature and family. It was fun. It was great. But then after, as soon as I came back, uh, the sinuses started to react again. I'm not sure why, because I am allergic to certain trees, and there are the pine trees, and the Adirondacks have a lot of pine trees, and that didn't affect me. I was actually really good. I was energetic. I was happy. I was getting up early in the morning. I was resting all night, and I play soccer with my kid. Well, I kick the ball with my kids, but I never have done that before. So it was great. So I don't understand why coming back here I got the sinus headache again. So, but it's gone now. I've been using the neti pot, and it has been working like a charm. So I can go back to recording messages for all of you. So before the sinuses, and then I took those days off, I've been thinking about talking about radical acceptance. There are things that we can control, and there are things that we can't. The more that we fight those things, usually the more frustrated we get. And sometimes we gotta accept the circumstances and accept that that's what it is. Um, in my case, there are things that I cannot control. Things about my work, things about my family. I can't control those things, and those things can become very frustrating when you're trying to take control over it. So those things that you cannot control, or at least when you cannot get to the point where you can control it, it's better to accept it. For me, the most frustrating thing to accept, it has been the fact that my diseases, so the fibromyalgia, the PTSD, there is no cure for it. There is no cure for depression. That's something that I'm supposed to struggle all my life with. I have the label, and I feel like I have that label right here in my forehead, and there is no way to take that label off. And that has been so frustrating. I have never gave up in anything, and for me to accept the label, it was accepting that I was gonna live with this all my life. So I work really hard on accepting, okay, so I have I have fibromyalgia, I have PTSD, I have depression, but I can control it and I can work towards that. So when I accept my illnesses and work towards getting better, it was empowering for me, because even though I knew that it's gonna come back at some point, I'm gonna be triggered, I can work towards getting better again. And I keep fighting it, and I keep getting up, right? So the other thing that I've been dealing with since I got back from the Adirondacks, after I had tremendous amount of energy, I was running and jumping, and I don't remember having that much energy in a very long time. It was the pain. The pain came back. I'm still feel a little bit of the pain, but tomorrow I'm going to run. Tomorrow I'm waking up early because I gotta work. I gotta work all day. I work today all day. I actually work a longer day because I took 3 days off, and in my line of duty or what I work, things wait for me. So I had to work really hard today, and tomorrow probably gonna work really hard just to get things a little under control, because sometimes that is not predicting it. It just happens. So I need to work on getting my energy back, taking control over my body, and taking control over the fibromyalgia, so I can keep going with my life. Right now, my back hurts a little bit. I went to my chiropractor, and tomorrow I have an appointment with my acupuncturist. I haven't seen my acupuncturist in a little while, so I need to work on that, because that helps me a lot when it comes to the sinuses and all as a whole. Like my health is a lot better when I see my acupuncturist, and that was something that I was planning on doing this week, anyways. But it's just gonna happen anyway. So, but the point is that there are things that, by accepting it, it doesn't mean that you're not going to try to change it. You're just accepting the circumstances. Sometimes we need to accept things for what they are and pick our fights and do the things that we can change. And radical acceptance has been one of those things that are so hard for me. Writing, like writing about my day, it doesn't come natural to me, but I don't drag it. If I say I'm gonna do it and I sit, I'll start writing, and I write nonstop. But when it comes to radical acceptance, it's so hard for me. It's so hard for me to accept there are things that I don't have control over. There are things that I can change, and there are things that they are what they are, and it's hard for me. So what I have been trying to do is accept the circumstance or whatever it is, and try to find ways to manage it better for me. So, because you gotta remember, you gotta take care of yourself. I know in every one of my videos I talk about you gotta take care of yourself. The reason why is because there are a lot of people out there like myself that we are taking care of the family, the work, and our friends, everybody and their mothers, and we are not taking care of ourselves. I still find myself doing that. I have a friend that she's moving out of state, and this is not even taking care of her. I wanted to see her so bad. So yesterday they had a little thing going on where they had a get together, where they all got together and they talk. I guess there was social distancing involved and mask and all that, and I really wanted to see her, but my head, my sinuses, the pain was so bad. I'm sorry, it was Saturday. The pain was so bad that I was pushing myself out because I needed to see that friend. And then I realized she's going to understand. She's going to understand that the reason why I wasn't there, it was because I wasn't feeling good. She knows that I care a lot about her, but if I don't care about myself, I cannot care about anybody else. So I texted the other person, the organizer, get together and say I wasn't feeling well. But it took me until half an hour before the get together to finally say, okay, this headache is not going anywhere. Well, sinus, because it was like my right side here and my forehead. It's not going anywhere. I can't think. I'm not going to feel good. You know, I'm not going to enjoy her company, and I didn't go. But like I say, things that are minimal like that we do for others instead of doing things for us. Like for me, the case was resting. I was pushing myself until the last minute that I needed to go to see my friend. Because she's moving to North Carolina, and I'm sorry, South Carolina, and I'm not gonna see her. And again, I love her dearly, but I needed to rest. My neck hurt, my back hurt, even my hips hurt, and I don't understand why. But those that have fibromyalgia know there is no understanding. So I processed what I think it got me triggered. I went to see my chiropractor. I'm gonna go and see my acupuncturist. I accept the situation. I accept that I don't have control over it. The only thing that I can do is have a conversation with the person and try to manage the situation. So let's practice some radical acceptance. One more thing that I wanted to talk about is creating a diary. I did this at the Four Winds. I'm sorry. When I was in the outpatient program for Four Winds, they have this form where it's technically kind of like a diary where they assign a number to each one of the skills that you learn, and the diary it helps you because you can see how you're progressing, what you use in every situation, and it just becomes part of your routine on how to deal with managing your behavior and managing your triggers and managing your situation. So I'm not sure if that's something that will work for anybody, but I wanted to share. So I hope everybody is doing well, and thank you for watching. You have a good one. Bye.